Hey guys, it's Truth Channel here. We're back, and let me tell you, this one is big. Like, really big. I've been digging deep into the darkest corners of the internet, you know I do, and what I found, it's chilling. Today, we uncover the dark side of innovation with the top 10 scariest technologies of 2024. We're talking about stuff so freaky, so ethically messed up, that it makes you question everything. Buckle up, because this ride gets bumpy. First up, we've got AI, but not the friendly kind that suggests cat videos. I'm talking about AI surveillance so sophisticated, so pervasive, that Big Brother's gonna seem like a privacy advocate. Imagine cameras everywhere. But it's not just cameras, it's algorithms analyzing your every move, every facial expression, every mumbled word. They say it's for security, to catch the bad guys. But at what cost, right? Who gets to decide what's bad? What happens when this technology falls into the wrong hands? We're talking governments, corporations, even individuals with enough tech know-how. Your life completely laid bare, controlled by lines of code. It's like that Black Mirror episode, but in real life. And the scariest part? Most people are sleepwalking right into this dystopian future. They're so glued to their phones, so busy snapping selfies, that they don't even see the walls closing in. Wake up, people! Next, we're diving into the uncanny valley of deepfakes. Remember when you could believe what you saw? Yeah, those days are gone. We're talking about AI that can create videos so real, so seamless that you can't tell what's true and what's fabricated. Imagine someone, anyone, putting words in your mouth, making you say or do things you never did. It's already happening, guys. Politicians, celebrities, even regular people caught in webs of digital deception. Think about the implications. Destroying reputations, inciting violence, manipulating elections. It's a free-for-all of misinformation, and the truth is the first casualty. The worst part is the technology is only getting better, more sophisticated, harder to detect. Soon, it'll be impossible to know what's real and what's not. It's like that saying, the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. But with deepfakes, the devil doesn't just exist, he's got your face, your voice, your life. Okay, we've all seen the Terminator movies, right? Yeah, well, buckle up because life is imitating art in the most terrifying way possible. Autonomous weapons, they're not science fiction anymore. We're talking about robots with the power to kill, to decide who lives and who dies, all without human intervention. They say it's about precision, minimizing collateral damage, but let's be real, guys, we're talking about machines making life or death decisions. What happens when there's a glitch? What happens when these killing machines get hacked? It's a recipe for disaster, a Pandora's box we don't want to open. And don't even get me started on the ethics of it all. Are we really okay with outsourcing our morality to algorithms? To machines? It's like handing over the keys to the apocalypse and hoping for the best. Ever wish you could control things with your mind? Be careful what you wish for, guys, because brain-computer interfaces are here. And they're blurring the lines between science fiction and reality. We're talking about implants, devices that connect our brains directly to computers. Sure, the potential is there, treating diseases, restoring mobility, enhancing our abilities, but at what cost? Our brains are the last bastion of privacy, the source of our thoughts, our memories, our very essence. What happens when corporations, governments, even hackers can tap into that? Imagine your thoughts, your emotions, your entire consciousness being monitored, manipulated, even stolen. It's the ultimate invasion of privacy, the ultimate form of control, and the scariest part is, it's already happening, albeit in its early stages. Okay, get ready to go full-on Gattaca, because we're venturing into the world of gene editing. Remember when we thought DNA was the unchangeable blueprint of life? Well, think again. With technologies like CRISPR, we're rewriting the code of life itself. Now on the surface, it sounds promising, right? Eradicating diseases, enhancing our abilities, creating designer babies. But it's a slippery slope, guys. Who gets to decide what's a good gene and what's a bad gene? What happens when we start playing God with our own evolution? We're talking about unintended consequences, unforeseen mutations, a future where the very essence of humanity is tampered with. It's a Pandora's box of ethical dilemmas, and once it's open, there's no closing it. Hold on to your tinfoil hats because things are about to get really weird. We're talking about quantum computing, a technology so complex, so mind-boggling, that it makes your head spin. Imagine a computer so powerful that it can crack any code, break any encryption, all in the blink of an eye. We're talking about hacking on a whole new level. Forget about stealing your credit card information. Quantum computers could bring down entire financial systems, cripple governments, even launch devastating cyber attacks. It's like giving a weapon of mass destruction to a toddler, and the scariest part? We're still in the early stages of understanding this technology. It's like staring into the abyss, not knowing what's staring back. But one thing's for sure, the future of cybersecurity, and maybe even humanity itself, hangs in the balance. Remember when microchipping was just for pets? Yeah, those days are long gone. We're living in a world where microchipping humans is becoming more and more commonplace. They say it's convenient, efficient, even futuristic. But let's call it what it is, a giant leap towards a dystopian future where we're all tagged, tracked, and totally controlled. Imagine a world where your every move is monitored, your every purchase recorded, your very existence cataloged in some massive database. No more privacy, no more anonymity, just constant surveillance and the chilling feeling that someone, somewhere, is always watching. And don't even get me started on the potential for abuse. Governments controlling our movements, corporations manipulating our behavior, hackers stealing our identities. The possibilities are as endless as they are terrifying. Remember RoboCop, that dystopian movie about a cyborg cop patrolling the streets? Yeah, well, buckle up because fiction is becoming reality. We're talking about robotic policing, a world where law enforcement is outsourced to machines with badges and guns. They say it's about efficiency, reducing bias, keeping the streets safe. But let's be real, guys, we're talking about machines making life or death decisions. What happens when there's a malfunction? What happens when a robot can't distinguish between a criminal and an innocent bystander? And let's not forget the ethical implications. Are we really okay with handing over the power of life and death to machines? What happens to accountability, to justice? It's a slippery slope, and once we start down this path, there's no turning back. Remember when privacy was a thing? Yeah, me neither. We're living in a world of mass surveillance where every move we make, every word we say, every website we visit is tracked, analyzed, and stored. From facial recognition cameras to data mining algorithms, the tools of surveillance are everywhere, and they're getting more sophisticated by the day. They say it's about security, about preventing terrorism and crime. But at what cost? Our freedom, our privacy, our very humanity? When we sacrifice our liberties in the name of security, we end up losing both. And the scariest part? Most people are completely oblivious. They walk the streets, browse the internet, completely unaware that they're being watched, analyzed, categorized. It's like we're living in a digital panopticon, constantly under the gaze of an unseen eye. Okay guys, this last one is straight out of a nightmare. We're talking about synthetic bioweapons, genetically engineered viruses and bacteria designed to kill, to spread fear and chaos on an unprecedented scale. Forget about bombs and bullets. These are the weapons of the future, silent, invisible, and potentially far more deadly. Imagine a virus that targets specific populations, a bacteria that cripples entire economies, a pathogen that brings humanity to its knees. And the scariest part? The technology to create these weapons is becoming increasingly accessible. It's no longer the stuff of science fiction, guys. It's the terrifying reality we're facing. We're talking about a potential global pandemic, a nightmare scenario that could wipe out millions if not billions of lives. Dark background music intensifies. So there you have it, guys. The top 10 scariest technologies of 2024. From AI surveillance to synthetic bioweapons, the future is looking pretty bleak. But it's not all doom and gloom. We have a choice. We can choose to be aware, to be informed, to fight for our privacy, our freedom, our future. Don't be afraid to ask questions, to challenge the status quo, to demand accountability from those in power. The future is not set in stone. We have the power to shape it, to steer it away from the abyss. But we have to act now before it's too late. Fade out with dark background music,